crossbar! Goal! And the Giants flipped off the proceed! A switch to left field is down for a base hit.
Hunterdon Central is going to win the state finals here tonight.
Mark it on the board. Touchdown, Red Devils. On the deflection. On the deflection. Hunterdon Central.
Welcome here to the field house of Hunterdon Central, live here on HGTV for now team sections here, Central Jersey Group 5. Tyler Rodriguez here, joined with the wonderful Chris Peak, as always, here live from the field house. So a bit of a different look today with the two mats. Like I said, this is the Central Jersey Group 5 section now, and now all four teams here will be playing for a spot Wednesday in the final, and then hopefully, if they win that, a spot Friday in the Group 5 state tournament. But how it works today is Central, the 1 seed, will face up against Marlboro. Howell and Old Bridge will do so simultaneously here. And then, meanwhile, Hillsborough, who is the 2 seed, will have their 2 matches. Hillsborough, East Brunswick, the 7, and Monroe, the 3 seed, against Edison, the 6 seed, And the winners then face off Wednesday, as I said, to try to win the Central Jersey Group 5 section, and then wrestle Friday. So, Chris, obviously a big tournament for all teams involved here. The team tournament is often seen as kind of an individual sport, but the good teams year in, year out definitely show up in tournaments like this.
Tyler, always good to be with you. Matt side here at the field house at Hunterdon Central as we get ready for the sectionals, right? This is the quarterfinals, and you know, to your point, wrestling ultimately is an individual sport, but this is the time to kind of celebrate the team championships. And for the teams here tonight, there's a couple that aren't strangers to this position, right? I mean, certainly Hunterdon Central is one of them.
Yep.
Year in and year out, the perennial favorites to win a section and get to the groups. And the same thing with Howell. In fact, Howell's really had Central's number, beat us by a point last year in the sectional, and it's kind of strange that they're going to actually match up in the semifinals tonight, probably. So but you don't know. I mean, right? You got to wrestle the match. Right now, Central's coming in pretty heavy favorites against Marlboro, and then Howell's already beaten Old Bridge. So, assuming that works out, then you're going to probably see a Howell Hunterdon Central semifinal in the sectionals, which is unique. I mean, Marlboro is the first match, though, and that's, Central's got to come and take care of business. Looks like, they've had a decent year. They're 11-14. But like I said, it should be a heavy Hunterdon Central match here to get warmed up.
Yeah, like you said, Chris, it was last year where Howell and Hunterdon Central faced off in the finals of this section, and now this year they're gonna, looks like you said, probably gonna face off in what will be the semifinal. This first match, Central versus Marlboro, will be the quarterfinal, and that is something where it's kind of been a bit of a theme of the year for a lot of Central wrestlers losing. Obviously, they faced the Warren Hills early, a couple of them losing to some Warren Hills wrestlers there, losing to some Phillipsburg wrestlers, faced them, and then getting kind of their revenge back at the Hunterdon Warren Sussex, where wrestlers like Will Cello and Ryan Sherlock beat the kids that beat them, and now as a team, they're hoping to kind of do the same and get back at Howell, who beat them by, like you said, a point last year. Was a hugely entertaining match, that one. We unfortunately filmed it, but didn't have rights to post it live. But today, hopefully, we'll be treated to see it. But first, like you said, is the case of Marlboro, who now figured out, drove over an hour to get here, is normally a shore conference team. So they'll certainly be fired up for them. Very heavy underdogs, not much to lose. And it could be dangerous out there on the mats, Chris.
Yeah, you said it too, not just Marlboro, but Howell drove over an hour. Old Bridge is coming up pretty a long way. It's nice to be the home team. So Central is the #1 team in Group 5 Central Jersey section because of power points. The number 2 team is Hillsborough, and what did you say the number 3 was?
It's going to be Hillsborough 2,
Monroe,
and then it'll be Central 1, Hillsborough 2, Monroe 3, Howell 4, Old Bridge 5, Edison 6, East Brunswick 7, and 8 Marlboro.
Yeah. So, and you think about it, Central's beating the number 2 team, but Howell coming in as the 4 seed is, that's the one. I think some people would argue the winner of the Howell Hunterdon Central match wins this section.
Yep.
And then, when you start to look ahead at the groups starting on Friday, that would be Phillipsburg, Southern,
yeah.
and likely maybe Passaic Tech out of the north. But again, one at a time. I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm excited about just the night and the fact that we got 2 matches, and one's going to probably be very competitive. And you're right, Tyler. I mean, a good chance for Hunterdon Central to get some revenge on Howell potentially tonight.
Yeah, Howell, a bit of a dark horse, if you will. Kind of that term thrown around a lot, especially coming into this time of March. March Madness is, people know, looking at the bracket, something similar as we're seeing here. But Central should fancy themselves. They've been wrestling very well. They won at the weekend against Voorhees and Watchung Hills. A lot of their wrestlers winning comfortably there. Some of them had some difficult matches that prepared them for this event coming up here, this huge kind of postseason now, really coming into. It's almost like 2 separate seasons. It's kind of the business end where it's, team playoffs, and then where the strong are separated from the weak, almost, if you will, going into the Atlantic City and the regionals and trying to see how far you can go. That sort of last man standing sort of a mindset. So this is kind of a new breath for these wrestlers and a new start for those that have been struggling and for those that have been doing good, for them to continue and keep up their amazing work.
I like the way you put that. It's like the second season because, it really is, right? It's really an exciting time. I mean, time to get yourself rallied as a team, but also get yourself prepared individually. You're going to face some pretty good competition along the way, and then, obviously start to make your run for an individual state title, trying to get down to Atlantic City, which is, look, every wrestler's goal, right?
Yep.
And everybody just wants to get down there and be able to say, I wrestled in the state tournament. There's only one in the state of New Jersey. Very unique. New Jersey and California, the only 2 states that only have 1 state champion. So it's a big deal. And this postseason, whether it's team or individual, it's just exciting stuff.
Yeah, definitely very exciting. It's a different sort of prospect when it comes to postseason and playoffs, if you will. Now, as looking for tonight, it will go 165, 175, 190, 215, heavyweight, 106, 113, 120, 127, 132, 138, 144, 150, 157. As I was talking to head coach for Marlboro before this, Charlie Frankel, he was telling me how their season's been going, telling me kind of a bit about them and giving to me the order. They looks like will forfeit the 190, 215, and 285. So Central already, and 150, as well. So Central will be off to a lead to start, but there still is some very talented wrestlers in this Marlboro lineup, as we both were looking before this, and you were a bit surprised they forfeited some of those matches when you thought maybe they could have a shot there, but not fancying their chances up against Thomas Brunetti and Ross Lesky and others.
Yeah, I scouted the Marlboro team earlier. I saw that they had kids at those weights. I'm surprised that they wouldn't have them in this match. Give it your best shot. So it's surprising to have 4 forfeits, if that's the case.
Yep, so now we'll go out to the mats and get ready to start.
At the conclusion of the first match, we will break down to 1 match. We'll do that as quickly as possible before we roll into the semi-final match. So once again, congratulations on reaching this point, and good luck this evening. At this time, I'd ask that you please rise. Remember to remove your hats as we honor our area and the singing of our national anthem
what a way to start things off there with Mr. Spencer's daughter, Jordan, there.
She did a great job.
Yeah, she did. That's her second time, actually. She did it last week at the girls' basketball game. And hopefully.
Fantastic. Got
Yeah,
a
hopefully.
Future singer on her hands here.
Hopefully she can stay, better than the playing on just a normal video. A bit of a authentic feel here, and it's normally something special here when we get to roll the mats out here at the field house as the captains meet in the middle.
I think one of the tough things, Tyler, is you talked about the teams coming a long way. 5 o'clock start. We don't really have the crowd here yet, but you can imagine it's going to keep building up as people get off of work and
certainly will.
And get over here. But you try to get 2 matches in during the week. Monday night, you have really no choice but to start early. So.
Yep, certainly something different. Usually Monday is usually not the time you associate with high school sports. It's usually a Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday kind of sort of deal. But Monday, 5 o'clock, normally not what you look for. As like I said, we start at 165. Jake Souse for the Red Devils needs no introduction. 10-5 Souse against Devin Leonardo, a Shore County tournament qualifier. 19-11. The two seniors matching up here. This should be a good one here. Souse still looking to play football at the next level, looking at Muhlenberg, but he's having himself a pretty good season out there on the mats, considering it's also not even really his main sport. And he just looks so good now.
Was a nice shot by Souse. And a double. Now he's picking up the single with the trip. Right towards the line, he's trying to pull the wrestler in. We've talked about it. That could be 2, and there's 2 for the takedown for Jake Souse.
2 for Souse there as he gets his first on the board here against Leonardo for the Marlboro Mustangs.
Throws a leg in. Going to try and get a ride here with 54 seconds left.
And Souse just...
And they go out of bounds. 52 seconds left, 2-0. Jake Souse. In the first match, we start at 165.
Just wrestling him back there as Leonardo is able to make it back to his feet. Now Souse will go again here, starting on top here.
Looking for a cross wrist. Now he's got a 2-on-1, looking to tilt. A power half with a leg in. It's a good position right there. He's going to want to stay. Really would like to see him keep that locked leg there. It's tough for the bottom opponent to really move or get up to a base. But now he's taking a cross face. And he's looking to turn over.
So 14 seconds to go for Leonardo to fight here. Sounds like you said, trying to turn him over and get the 6 points. But Leonardo not making it that easy. Final 5 here. And that will do it for this first period. So
good first period.
Souse with the takedown puts him up 2-0 here going into the second period.
Jake's going to take down.
And deferred Leonardo, so Souse goes down, as you said.
He's going to try and get his escape point at least.
Go, Jake, right up.
Sit out. Now he's working hands. He doesn't want to go out of bounds here. Stay in. Trying to work himself back in.
Leonardo just does enough there to get him out. Souse did very well to get to his feet there, but couldn't quite spin himself free. So now we'll attempt to go again here. And now Leonardo on top here.
Working a cross face. Jake's going to want to get up to his base. There he does. Let's see if he can get some explosion up to his feet here. He's got the hand, working himself out to the front. Now grabs a single to a double, and now there's the reversal.
Beautifully done there by Souse now to double his lead up 4. Still with over a minute to go in this period. Chance for more here for Souse. Leonardo looked like he was doing pretty good there, but Souse is flipping so quickly.
Trying to tilt, but you really want to get that wrestler on her hip. This wrestler still up on a base. Background noises, the second match going on with Howell and Oldbridge. Good breakdown for Jake. Now riding a cross arm. Now he's going to tilt. He's getting some back points here, yes.
Oh, here you go for Souse now.
Three backs.
3 there.
Okay, score 7-0 with 20 seconds left, 21 seconds left here.
And now, Chris, obviously back when you used to wrestle, you probably were at a lot of big tournaments. How difficult was it for you to focus when all this noise, all these different mats on? So did it ever kind of cross you? Or were you just so locked in on what was happening?
Well, first of all, that was a long time ago. But the reality is you can block it out. And a lot of times you don't hear anything, except usually your coaches and maybe your parents screaming from the sidelines. Voices that are familiar. But, you know, wrestlers are kind of trained to go out and execute what they practice day in and day out and not so much listen to the fanfare. And the one difficult thing is when you got 2 whistles blowing at the same time. So you've got to always know to keep wrestling until the ref tells you not to. Because if you happen to stop on a whistle that happened on the next mat over, it could cost you. So you got to stay focused there.
Now, did you find it more difficult to wrestle when there was more mats, or was it harder for you when it's just one mat, the spotlight, and all eyes on you, all that pressure?
Both very different. You know, both gives you a different feel. You know, you could almost say, you know, you're out on a farm mat in a tournament somewhere. It's, you know, you don't think anybody's really watching you. Sometimes the pressure of the one mat, spotlight here, you know, when the field house goes dark and has just the spotlight on there, that, you know, that adds some added pressure. I mean, I say, look, I mean, when wrestlers are confident, they enjoy that scenario.
Yep.
You know, you want to wrestle in those big environments. Jake has put himself in a bad spot here. A really bad spot, but he's got to really understand where he is. And he turns away and does a nice job.
Ooh. Wow, that could have been bad there for Sousies.
Really got fortunate there. No back points. Score 7-2 with 1:10 remaining in the third period. The wrestler's going to cut him and try and take him down.
So Leonardo there looked like he could have maybe got the pin there, but South just did enough to fight for every inch and get out.
Yeah, you as a wrestler, right, there's a circle for a reason. You got to know where you are, and when you're in that spot, you got to turn the right way and get yourself to a better position, and Jake did that. So 8-2.
So under 45 now to go.
Jake's got to get up to a better base. There he goes there. He wants to sprawl, get his leg back now. Time ticking now, 35 seconds left in the third period. Ref just called stalemate, 31 seconds left. Right here, it's really about Jake just getting to a good position, not letting the Marlboro wrestler get to his legs. Stay in a good position, no crazy tie-ups. You certainly don't want to get a throw here. Try not to give up the legs. You stay in a tie. Just don't push. Stay in good position. You should be okay here with 15 seconds left.
Leonardo will have to go here and try something. One last try here.
He is. He got into the leg.
There's 5 seconds to work with here.
Hold on here. Whizzer attempt. He did give up the 2. Final score 8-4.
So South gives up the 2. But wins the match in total there. So Jake Souse with his 11th win on the year there and starts things off well for the Red Devils here against Marlboro. as it will be Nehemiah Bugash for the Red Devils with some questions if it was him or Cole. Cole still nursing that injury. His last match we saw against North Hunterdon.
Central a little dinged up coming into this.
Yep.
You know, and unfortunately had that through the year too. You know, like we talked about the last time. You know, it's a winter sport. Kids not only get injured, but they also get sick. You know, we had that happen. Lost that Del Val match. Had some guys out of the lineup for that.
Yep. Thompson wasn't there that day.
Can't. Yeah, I mean, against a team like Del Val, you can't afford to have anybody out. So unfortunate, but it happens. You know, it's.
So this is Anthony Colon for Marlboro, 2-11. Bugash 14-5 on the year. It's been kind of a case of either him or Cole, depending on who's hurt, who's what, all the matchups and stuff like that. And Cole says if he's not needed,
Nehemiah in on a double. He's got the takedown. Nehemiah's had played a nice role in the team this year. With Jackson out here and there, he's got himself a nice record. I had him at 17-8 on the season, but he gives up the escape there. A strong wrestler. If he can lock up a cradle here, he does get the 2 takedown.
So it's his second takedown now. 4 he's at. 4-1.
Nehemiah's a junior, so they're going to be expecting big things out of him next year to really kind of fill some holes from some of the seniors and really take a leadership role on the Central team next year.
He's a great athlete as well. Did play football his freshman year. He's a track athlete as well. He's gifted in most things he does, and he's really found his passion out there on the wrestling mat. As Final Four,
he put in a lot of off-season work too. He's not afraid to get in the room and really keep working on his craft. Now he's got a Turk ride. Crossface. He's going to try and get some back points here, maybe even a fall.
Let's see if he can get that fall.
God, yeah, he looks pretty flat.
And
no time left. Time ran out, but he did get 3 backs. Score now 7-1 at the end of the first period in favor of Nehemiah Bugash from Hunterdon Central.
So Colon there just fights his way to the end of that first period.
Good initial move from the bottom wrestler there, Colon from Marlboro, to get up to his feet, and then nice job by Nehemiah to really do kind of a front leg tackle to get him down to his base, and now working hand control. He's got a cross arm, maybe a cross-face cradle in the future here. Comes over the top. Switches off. Now cross wrist. Referee calls a stalling on the Marlboro wrestler. He's got a cradle locked up on the near side.
Ooh, Colon now in big trouble here. Nehemiah as well. And he gets a slap of the mat. And the fall, as you said. And the 6 points there, as you didn't hear the whistle there, as you said earlier. But big win there for Nehemiah. As you said, he was 17-8, 14-5, I believe, without the tournaments. So now closing into that 20 wins on the season. Excellent for him. He hasn't even been wrestling for that long, so hugely impressive. And Tommy Brunetti, as we said earlier, gets his forfeit. Recently ended the year undefeated in the regular season. Seaman, as well, was nursing an ankle injury. Hasn't wrestled in a while. He also will get a forfeit. And followed by Sook as well, with another forfeit, 21-7 on the year. Sook. So that will bring up, after all that, Joshua Buck, 106 for Hunterdon Central. So he's grown
27-0 after the 3 forfeits and the pin by Nehemiah Bugash. So now we wrap around and back to 106.
So it'll be the 2 freshmen, 6-15, Mike Colina for Marlboro here against Josh Buck, also a soccer player, Josh Buck. And he's grown into the season well here, just kind of thrown straight into the deep end right away.
Yeah. Yeah, a freshman. Did wrestle in the youth program in Flemington. And he's had some good matches and some matches where I think he saw some blood from one of the wrestlers and stopped, told the ref. Yep.
Yes,
We
the
got a little
nose
blood
there.
time. But Josh Buck came up big. You know, this is the nice thing about the team piece of it, Tyler, is that they wrestled Mount Olive and every point counted. And I saw the match. I was actually traveling, but got a chance to watch it. And you can honestly say he kind of won him that match because he ended up giving up the major, but not the technical fall. And they beat Mount Olive by a point. Mount Olive ranked one of the top teams in the state this year, and always a good match for Hunterdon Central. So Josh Buck gave a great effort, a great team effort.
And a great learning experience for him too, as well. It's kind of probably the theme of his year, you would assume. So,
yeah, you're hoping to see him build on this. On what happened this year, just. Coach Canigallo out there mopping up some blood, wears a lot of hats. He's not just the head coach.
Yep, he does it all. Recently taking over the tennis programs as well here.
I think I talked to him a little bit about that. He really enjoys it.
Yeah, it's a great sport there.
You play any tennis, Tyler?
I did play my freshman year here, actually.
On the team?
Yes, I did.
No kidding.
I did play my sophomore, junior year. I was doing soccer and working here in the Springs. May play this year, I'm not sure yet, but
man, you do it all.
Yeah.
Renaissance man.
Me and Mr. Canigal do everything, huh?
Yeah.
But I do like tennis. I would say I like ping pong more, actually. Not a big fan of pickleball. I just find it's like going from tennis, with the long racket, you can reach the low balls a bit easier. The paddle of pickleball is short, and the ball for me doesn't bounce as high. And I don't know, it's difficult for me to adjust. I just didn't find it as fun, but I know a lot of people really enjoy that. That's what we're back.
Never played, but back to action here. A minute 30 left. Scoreless first period. Josh Buck and Michael Kalina.
Yeah, Mike Kalina for the Mustangs are either going to be him or Nick Gazon. I believe they do send Kalina out there. Gazon, the senior, 2-10. Kalina, the freshman, 6-15. And Buck has had some really tough matchups this year, but he'll be happy. Another freshman for him, someone he can kind of really pin himself up and see kind of where he is, so to speak. Coach Canigallo will give him some pointers there in the corner as he's wrestled out on that far side there, or the near side, excuse me, this near corner. And again, the blood coming out for Kalina.
Got a gusher.
Now it's nice as we go look over to the Howell Oldbridge match here. As we turn around, Matt's score there is 18-0. And I believe if Oldbridge is the 5th seed, you would assume there would be guests on the scoreboard. So I don't know if that means Oldbridge is winning. I'm not 100%
I don't believe
sure.
so.
Yeah, I don't think so. But
I get that wrong there.
they're at 2:15 for them. So of course, if the forfeits, Central way more advanced here, two matches advanced. But this stoppage certainly will kind of help that match get caught up. They're trying to have them end at similar times here. But if Central can finish this quicker, get some more rest, get some more water, some recovery going into that final there. Assuming they can close things out here against Marlboro. as the 2:15 match ends, and Howell again picking up that victory, and it will give them 21-0 lead over Old Bridge. So as Howell fans talked to me before asking the information about the live stream where they can watch it, and saying, he said, so you're just going to film the Central match to start? And I said, yeah, and he said, not to worry, we'll be able to watch the final. I said, hopefully it should be a good match there, but
Yeah.
like you said, got to take care of what's going on here first.
Yes, you do. Well, after a lot of repair and work there, it looks like they finally got the bleeding to stop, and now they're cleaning up the mat. Looks like they're just about ready to start action. With 36 seconds left here in the first period of a scoreless match at 106. Good attempt there by Josh Buck. Try to throw the arm by. And he's going to sprawl the legs back, not give this up here. Push the head down. Nice job. Now into an underhook. Try to duck under that. Good activity.
And so does it for the first period there for Josh Buck for the Hunterdon Central Red Devils. As I said, Buck also does play soccer. I played with him before, actually, a lot in the summer, actually. That was fun times looking back on it. And I didn't actually recognize him when he first started wrestling. It was until Ryan told me he played soccer. And I saw him after. I was like, oh, now I remember the face there.
Yeah. Well, he's a long sit out here, and he's in a good position. He gets a reversal, and he's got him on his back here. He might get the fall. Nice job by the Mustang wrestler there fighting off his back, but he does get 2 back points, and the score's now 4-0 in favor of Josh Buck, who's going to work with a 2-on-1, and now a half. Getting aggressive. Like to see that.
The first 30 seconds is the second period gives us the first points. Like you said, Buck up 4-0 after those back points and the takedown there.
There's a shoe that went flying.
And this one's been very stop and start, huh, Chris?
Yeah. It's unusual to see a wrestling shoe come off. You know, it's a high top. You know, you coach the wrestlers on trying to do that. It's actually a penalty now. That's why you see that wrestler's got his shoes taped up.
Yeah, Mr. C, I think, was telling the ref that as well. And now Buck has some problems as well. What is kind of the psychology here, or, you know, the mindset rather of both wrestlers having to kind of start like this? Kind of, have you ever been through something like this in your career?
Yeah, you know, unfortunately, it's kind of common, especially when you get a bloody nose. It's tough to plug that up. So, again, it's really about staying focused, and, you know, that's why you work so hard in the room and drill and, you know, try and stay on your game and start to think about what you're going to do next. And they go out of bounds with 1:05 left here in the second period. Josh Buck up 4-0.
As we look over to our left, there's Mr. Rick clean up another bloody nose, right as you say, Chris.
It's common. Yeah, it's not easy. If it were easy, everybody would do it.
Yep.
You know, I like how aggressive Josh is tonight. You know, really looking to turn the opponent on top. He's not just trying to hold on here. He's going after pinning combinations, and the Marlboro wrestlers wrestling tough as well. He really keeps coming up to his feet. More blood. Trainer's wearing a path out there.
Certainly getting his steps in there, Mr. Rick.
Mr. Rick's earning it tonight.
Yeah, he is.
Early on.
As the Howell and Old Bridge match now have caught up to this Central Marlboro match, so they now are at 106 as well. Score there 21-6, so it looks like Old Bridge won the heavyweight there.
with every break in the action on one mat, you could see the other coaches watching and observing what's going on that mat, almost forecasting. Now you see what they're doing. They're basically just taping his nose shut here.
Yeah, wow, look at that.
Uncomfortable when you get to that spot. I fortunately didn't have a ton of bloody noses. I don't know how, but I didn't. But when you get into that spot and you're bleeding so much, there's really no choice but to try and do something.
Yeah. Probably, it's got to be tough to breathe like that, but.
Well, you got a mouth.
Yeah, you got a mouth, so the show goes on. Oh, no, look, here he goes, right to the other mat.
He's busy tonight.
Same thing, blood over there.
All right, here we go.
Both 106s
Josh
with the
on
blood.
Top, going with a crossface. Trip back. Bar. Really don't like when he pulls the guy on from the top position. You know, that's a better move, a front trip, but they just got hit with a locked hands there. So, you know, when you get into those heavy scramble positions, you hit the mat, you get a little bit of reaction time, but not a lot. So you really got to break your hands quickly.
And why don't you like seeing him pulling them down there, Chris?
Well, it's about staying in good position throughout the whole match, top, bottom, and neutral, right? And when you're on top, you always want to keep your hips kind of square to the mat. Never want to get your hips or your butt on the mat. That just gives the wrestler an opportunity to do a quick turn in, and next thing you know, you're on your back. Actually, nice tilt attempt. And now time ran out. Almost got a count there.
I think just both scoreboards turned off there briefly, but the clock stayed up there.
Marlboro wrestler choosing neutral here in the third period.
So it didn't affect the back one count there as we start neutral in this third and crucial period here. Buck with a narrow lead of 3. Still chance for Kalina to try to get the victory here.
Getting a scramble here, but now it's coming up on the right side here for Buck, and he gets the 2 takedown. Right into a half Nelson, which I like to see. Crossface. Might attempt a crossface cradle. The wrestler's going to have to present himself. The ref might hit him with stalling. Trying a half from each side here. Yeah, you might see the ref hit the Marlboro wrestler for stalling here. He's now not. I think Josh has been so active on top, he's kind of slowed him down.
Only 50 seconds to go now.
Yeah, he's going to want to get some more team points here. See, you get to your hips. And now he's got himself into a tough position.
Oh, could have been bad there for Buck.
Yeah, just rolling through it.
Rolling
he's got
over.
Just another 2 reversal there.
And at one stage, it looked like there was going to be
30
some back
seconds
points.
left. The score's 8-5.
Just like that.
But that's what I was saying, Tyler, about your hips staying square and always staying in good position. You get your hips on the mat, you put yourself in danger.
Yep, certainly.
See how he attempted to go in there. Now he did get back points with that.
And
he's trying to
points,
get a few more, but time is going to run out, and the score's going to end 10-5 in favor of Josh Buck.
So Central win 106 there, and that will bring up 113. Miguel Romero, the senior, 6-14, excuse me, for the Mustangs, and Ryan Sherlock for the Red Devils out at 113. Sherlock, 14-10, lost Friday to 5th ranked in the state 11-3 and then beat the Voorhees wrestler after 9-8.
Ryan in on a single after a couple good snaps, but nice job kicking out by Romero from Marlboro.
And so Sherlock, after a tough start to the year, has really turned things around and looks like he's hitting his peak performance right at the right time, Chris.
Good outside single there. Yep, I agree with that. Obviously you saw Ryan win the Hunterdon Warren Sussex, which is not an easy feat. Come back and beat a few guys that he had lost to. I would imagine he's going to still keep getting better.
Excellent there from Sherlock. Just goes from ankle straight to the body there. Now on top here with just about a minute to go.
Riding a wrist and a tight waist. Going to try for a tilt. Got a 2-on-1, sucking it under, getting a cross wrist, and here looking at hazard tilt here. Marlboro wrestler rolls through it, and they go out of bounds.
And on the other mat, still at 106 there. So Central match just slightly ahead.
Got the far arm. He's coming out to the front with it. And now he's got him in a good spot here. Could get the fall, and he does.
Sherlock very professionally done there as he discards of Romero very easily there. Sherlock and sends the match score 36-0 as we'll bring up Anthony Rossi for Central, 28-0 now on the year, the undefeated regular season, and Eddie Hall, the freshman, 10-12 for Marlboro. So 20-0 Rossi against 10-12 Hall for Marlboro here. And this is now
Rossi's closing in on 30 wins for the season. He got his 100th win probably a month ago, I think. I don't know.
Yep, we got it.
In on a single and a quick 2, and now letting him go. The one escape, and now right into a fireman's carry and another 2. And into now looking for a cross-face cradle here. Might look to make quick work. It's a minute and 20 seconds here with a cross-face cradle. This could be a pin here, Tyler.
It looks certainly like it.
Yeah, he's got that locked up tight.
Only
this
a
is
matter of time.
Plenty
here.
of time left on the clock here if he wants to just hold it. And yeah, that's.
Hall will do very well to get out of this.
Yeah,
and
there's
just
a pin right there for Anthony Rossi. Nice job.
So Rossi there, like you said, now a win away from 30 on the year. Thomas Brunetti just got to 30 with that forfeit. Now we're on to the 9th match of the night, although we've only seen the 6th with the 3 forfeits. It's Jace Brownlee at 127, or 126, excuse me.
You know, Central with 2 undefeated wrestlers at this point of the season is pretty impressive in itself, especially with the schedule that we keep. And we got Jace Brownlee here.
Against Dan Poligano, the junior, 13-13. And Brownlee 6-10 on the year.
Nice snap down there by Jason. Gets the 2 go behind. Jace can be tough on top. He's got that length. Throws the leg in. And now he's power halfing. Getting physical on top. Really digging that half there. Here's another wrestler, Tyler, that the Central team's really going to look for him to make a big jump next year, get some off-season work in, and be a real big contributor in the lineup next year. Jace is, for a sophomore, he's done a nice job. A little bit inconsistent, but he's had some good matches as well.
Still very young, though, just a sophomore,
Just
as you say.
Yeah.
And he certainly has some attributes.
Nice change over to a double. It's demoralizing when you're on the bottom. You come up to your feet, your house of fire, and then top guy puts the fire out there. So now he's got a ball and chain. It's really just a hand through in between the legs. Tough for the top guy to really move there. Now he's looking for a half. He's a good spot here. He's going to get some back points out of this, and maybe if he could square up with 30 seconds left, get the fall, he's going to get that elbow under the head.
Well, he's still got a lot of time here. 16 seconds to go.
Oh, there it is.
Gotta be, yes.
Yeah, nice job, Jace Brownlee.
So for Brownlee, like you said, a lot of attributes to like. A bright future ahead here, and gets a pin. Back-to-back pins here for the Red Devils here.
Jace has been wrestling for a while. He knows how to wrestle, man. He could fine-tune some things in the offseason and really be a big, big piece of this lineup for the next couple of years.
So Ahmed Hussein, 132, 22-8, having a great year, and similar kind of to Brownlee, where he had kind of that up and down sort of year last year, and now really he's put it all together this year. It's having himself a great season.
Double leg by Ahmed Hussein. Is this Falcone? Matt Falcone?
Yep, Matt Falcone, 22-8, the senior. So both seniors, both same record here. The test for both of them.
Gives up the escape there. Ahmed driving him out of bounds with the underhook. And a good stance, good fake. Nice single leg outside single. Going to look to try and get him cracked down or get underneath this leg and get into a scramble type position. And a nice job by Falcone. Knowing where he was on the mat.
Yeah, that got a lot of people excited there over there. That was something there from Falcone. But like you said, that great awareness you have to have out there.
I like how Hussein's coming forward, but not out of control forward. He's tying up the arms. He's continuing to come at it. Now the Marlboro wrestler Falcone does a nice job of ducking under. Now Ahmed into a sprawl. He's going to know where he is. And he gives up the two.
Ooh.
And he's in a bad spot because he's on his hip, so he's got to get back to his base, and he's doing that.
Good quick recovery there from Hussein. It looked like it was in a tough spot there, as you said. But
24 seconds left. He's going to want to get his point here.
$15 to go now. 3-2. Falcone leads. And where Hussein just able to get out there.
13 seconds left. That's time to get yourself up to your feet and get out for sure, but it's really going to be about his first move. And he comes up to his feet, so you want to stay up. Cuts away. Good job getting your point there. Ties the match with 5 seconds left. Here and right in on a double. That's two at the buzzer. Two at the buzzer. Wow. Great job with an escape and right into a shot for Ahmed Hussein, who now leads the match 5-3 at the beginning of the second period, and he chooses down.
So 3 points in the last 13 seconds there for Hussein.
Tell you what, you got to always be ready, right?
Yep.
He gets up, and I don't think that person was Falcone was expecting that shot to come in there, and really took advantage of that. That's great job by Ahmed Hussein.
All it takes is a couple seconds out there to really
Peeling
flip
hands.
everything.
He wants to stay in bounds here. Blocking out. And now he's going to want to go towards the center of the mat. There you go. Gets his escape.
Oh,
That's
double
6-3.
Double Points to Falcone here, 6-3. He's up now.
Yeah, I kind of like Ahmed from space. And when I say from space, like shooting from space versus tying up. You saw Falcone hit a nice duck under to a double and catch Ahmed there. So from space, he's been able to get to Falcone's legs. So let's see what he does. Sometimes it's tough to. There's a nice shot. Nice outside single. He's got to keep improving, keep circling with it. Chase. The Marlboro wrestler is going to try and chase it around, and the ref calls potentially dangerous. Start to see that knee contort.
Yeah.
And, sometimes you can't blame the ref for keeping the wrestlers safe here. So a nice job by the ref.
It looks painful looking at it sometimes.
Not his best effort on that one. He's got to stuff the head here. Good weight down, though. Nice job there. Now getting himself in a better position in a front headlock. Now he's going to want to chase that with the head in the hole. Reach around. There's a cradle potential. If he just keeps sitting that person down onto his hip, he'd be in pretty good shape. Not yet. He's got to return him to the mat, and he does. Referee awards no points there.
So 20 seconds to go here. So you had that electric end to the first, and got an escape here in the second. Falcone yet to score here in the second period, excuse me.
Nice. Time ran out. I tell you, he's dangerous with little time on the clock.
Nice sort of a spark in him there, but still 6-3 here, third period. Hussein will be in that position.
Hasn't been able to hold down the Marlboro wrestler yet, but again, you get to the third period, fatigue starts to set in. Now he's got a tilt, and he's getting some back points here. Nice job, right into a hazard tilt.
Falcone does very well to get back to his stomach
holding
there.
3 backs there.
Uh-oh.
He's not careful. He might be able to pin him with a bar arm tilt there. Oh, that looked close there.
It's got to be close there.
There it
Hussein,
is.
and he gets it.
There it is.
So now 4 pins in a row here for the Red Devils.
A good match.
As it was Hussein who fought back from being down there to get the pin and give the Red Devils a 54-0 lead, as it's Evan Thompson out there for the Red Devils, 25-5 on the year. Been a really important piece of this roster for them.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, you can't afford to have a guy like Evan Thompson out of the lineup for sure.
And
Hope to see him here, though.
He'll be facing the junior 22-8 Andrew Sylvia for the Mustangs. So Sylvia versus Thompson.
Evan got in on the legs there, just right on the out of bounds line. The ref blew the whistle out of bounds. 46 seconds left here in the first period. Nice low single. And there's the 2.
Excellent from Thompson there.
Right into a crossface. And looking to cradle him here. Yeah, Evan's tough with this. Very strong. And right to his back. This could be trouble for the Marlboro wrestler. That's tight. Yeah, that's.
You got the leg there, the arm as well.
That's a tight. I mean, I got to get a pretty good angle right here.
Yeah.
from the desk. There's the pin.
Yeah, that was very well done there by Thompson. Just
60-0.
Just always seems to go about his business very professional there, Thompson.
144.
Wilcella for the Red Devils, having a great year. Hasn't lost many matches. He's 24-5, lost to Lee Gilletta twice, and a state qualifier from Connecticut, so it's hard to read into those 4 losses here against Zahir Evans.
Nice shot.
8 and 9, the sophomore for the Mustangs.
Single, now to a double. Ooh, and there's the 2. Into a cross arm. You might see some quick back points here. Yep. He's going. Will likes an arm bar there. He's got a bar on one side and looking to go half on the other.
Another tough fall there for Evans.
Good mat return.
Tried to spin through a couple times here when he was on the ground there, but Chella's been able to remain in control here for this first 57 seconds to be 1:03 to go.
Will in a one-on-one, tight waist. Now looking to go to his bar. Bar half. This is tough for the Marlboro wrestler Evans. Getting back points. And he's going to try to sit through. Yep. And I tell you what, that is not a fun position to be in, Tyler, right
God,
there.
that looks painful.
You're almost praying the ref pins you, you know? Now he's in a headlock. He kind of rolls through, and that's tight. That's going to be the fall right there.
And Chella, likewise as Thompson there, just goes about it very professionally and rapidly as well.
It's a solid lineup for Hunterdon Central. 66-0. First round of the state sectionals. Brett Washleski at 150 with a forfeit. 72-0. And then for our final match of this
quarterfinal, if you will.
This quarterfinal
will be Evan Thompson against
Grant Thompson.
Grant Thompson, excuse me, thank you. Thompson. It's too many to keep track of here against
sophomore. He's had a heck of a year.
Against Alex Jang, who was 4th in District 19 last year. In 2023 is a short conference tournament.
Merkel right away. Gets tied up into a Merkel, so he got 2 for that. Being behind him. So good awareness by Grant to kind of throw that in after the wrestler went in for an attack. Now he's got a cross wrist. I've been impressed with Grant on top this year for a sophomore, the way he's been riding guys. You know, he's got some losses, but some of those losses were close to some really tough competition. So future's bright here for Grant Thompson.
Very bright
you got
indeed.
him, you got Washleski, you got Brownlee coming back, you got Tyler Sook. We're talking about Nehemiah Bagash. I mean, there's some components there. You know, you hope you got some newbies coming up, and
always they seem to just keep kind of recycling and always just kind of replacing.
They do. This will be a tough year because you know, a lot of seniors.
A lot of seniors. I remember we did the senior day there. It was just a long ceremony there. They still have the names up. There's so many who didn't get to see all of them wrestle because there's just so many, you know, talented seniors in this class. And it's just not enough spots, you know. This is.
He's got an arm bar.
Alex Jang, as I said, the Shore County Tournament qualifier, 19-11.
The Shore Conference tournament's a tough tournament. Always a tough tournament. That's kind of like our, you know, Hunterdon Sussex tournament.
Very similar.
And I noticed I didn't see the Mustangs put a lot of their wrestlers in it, but they did put Alex Jang in it. It kind of tells you what they think about him. And right now, Grant Thompson up on Alex Jang, 2-0 at the end of the first period.
But it was him and Leonardo, the only two that qualified. Leonardo started us off at 165, and Jang now finishing up at 157.
We choose neutral. Attempts an outside single. Got him extended on the bottom. He's going to need to break that grip, and there's two. Good job by Grant.
Now 4 here. Jang yet to score. Another one as we look back. 126. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches still to go for Old Bridge against Howell there. Score 12-27. Of course, with the 6 pins in a row here and the 4 forfeits, this one's gone by pretty quickly. All apart from that 106 match with all the blood here. As Thompson's in a good spot, looks like.
Got the leg tied up, and he's been working this cross arm. The referee calls a stalemate there.
As Jang was able to fight back to his stomach quickly. 54 seconds left in this second period now.
Got to get his hip out. Got to get his hip out. He's got a hip heist over. And now he's going to get himself behind and behind the arms. Good recovery. 30 seconds left, second period. Grant Thompson up 4-0 in the last match of the quarterfinal here against Marlboro.
A pin for Old Bridge at 127, or 126, excuse me, I believe. And so that makes things a bit interesting. 18-27 on that side.
Old Bridge giving him a go. So that's the end of the second period. Now starting the start of the third, with Hunterdon Central's Grant Thompson up 4-0 on Alex Jang of Marlboro. Doesn't want to give a big move here.
Jang started on top, stays there his first 30 seconds here. Thompson now up to his knees now. Jang just quickly chopping him back down there. 120 now to go.
Grant's trying to be somewhat conservative here, not give up the big move. To secure the win here with a minute left in the third period. The coach from Marlboro asking his wrestler to cut him, making it 5-0. Although the ref hasn't given him a point yet. Now time's winding down. So no change. And they go out of bounds with 27 seconds left. The coach asked him to cut him, and he just didn't let go and let him get away from his grip. Now he does, and now it's 5-0. But he's going to have to go quickly, and Grant's going to have to just stay in good position here to finish the match with 20 seconds left.
I have to do something similar to what we saw Ahmed Hussein do. Now 13 seconds to do so.
Good sprawl. 8-7. Time ticking down.
So Central They will move on. Not sure if they're going to face Old Bridge
Nice
or
job
Howell.
by Grant Thompson finishing it up, and a good match for Hunterdon Central.
As of
Dominant
now,
win there, 75-0 against Marlboro here in the quarterfinals of the sectionals.
so as of now, as I was saying, looks like Howell got a pin at 132, up 33-18 at 138. So Central looks like they're probably going to face Howell, but took care of business here, 75-0 against Marlboro here. Chris, what did you like from what you saw from honestly a match they were expected to win comfortably and did so?
I mean, look, I thought Central looked aggressive on a number of fronts. You know, I mean, we saw it from Buck, we saw it from Jace. You know, and that's those are the spots that you might not expect that aggressiveness, but it was really nice to see. I saw Ahmed kept coming, and so I liked how aggressive they were, trying to score points, getting in on legs, looking for back points. And look, I mean, Marlboro's a team that made the sectionals. Certainly no slouch. They had some good guys on their team, but Central just looked really tough. Hopefully they're able to bring that same game to the next match.
Yep, so we'll take a small pause here and bring you, of course, that next match action here live on HGTV from the Fieldhouse at Hunterdon Central.